my name is Nanisha Sahida and I'm act as Emily Grayson in A Rose for Emily.
Hi, and I'm Ali Zahra. I'm the sixth creator for this short film.
Hi, my name is Nurul Najah and I am the narrator for A Rose for Emily.
Hi, I'm Fikri Ramasna and I'm the servant in A Rose for Emily. And today...
Okay, so first we will be opening the reddit and read some of the questions from the fan. So first from Monkey Thought. Okay. Just question, I think it related to the narrative structure. So how does the film structure different from this short story, non-linear timeline, and how does this affect the mystery? Okay, so to answer your question, for both the short story and the short film, they both follow the non-linear line, where it jumps from the past and the present, then the past and the present again. But for the short story, when I actually try to research about them, I get it's too complicated to follow up, but thanks to how they jump from the past to present, it become more mystery. But for the short film, we decide to make it more easier to understand, so we go to the present, then we back to the past with the more easier way to follow. But of course, just because we change that, we still keep the mystery in the story.
For the next person is Dizunia. So the question is, how does the film portray Emily differently from the story? And what effect does this change and how we view her character? So, this story mostly focuses on how it isolates and also how it mystery and symbolic. So we mostly see her through her loneliness and also her, what we call that, abandon, like that. So mostly on town people or eyes on her because she quite a famous in that town and she got a bit problematic, I guess. So because of this, she feels more like a legend of a reader, and
looks like you're doing a little barbering
than a real person. So in this film, it's mostly about emotional and human. So it's can cause our emotional and also our feelings. So what it will be effect? So the story is encourage reader to view Emily as a creepy and tragic. So this film, however, creates a sympathy for her and even though her actions are disturbing, we understand her pain and also emotional breakdown more clearly.
So, from a slighter path to one. Okay, very interesting username. So the first question is, which version felt more impactful or clearer and why? Honestly, I feel like our group found the film version more impactful and clearer than the short story. This is because the film shows visual details such as Emily's house, her facial expressions, and the townsfolk reactions, which makes the story more easier to understand. And the non-linear timeline in the short story, I feel like the non-linear short story in the short story can be a little bit confusing when you read it, but the film helps by showing the scenes more clearly. And also, I feel like the visual help us to feel the atmosphere more sort of like mystery or sadness more strongly. Okay, so next from Thriller Thriller Gorilla Thriller Gorilla 1. Okay, so the second question is, what elements of the adaptations did my group enjoy or find surprising? The most surprising the most surprising element, I feel like it was the final scene where Homer Varian's body is was discovered in Emily's room. I mean, seeing the moment visually made the ending. I feel like made the ending more shocking and emotional. I feel like our group also enjoyed how the film portrayed Emily's isolation and her character to change, especially through her interaction with the townsfolk and the quiet tone and old setting added to the eerie feeling to the story. Yeah.
Okay, so for the third question from Levi 11. Kinda strange though. Okay. Which themes or atmospheric elements from the short story are emphasized, reduced, or changed in the film adaptation? Okay, so for me, this story focuses on the decay, isolation, death, and tradition versus changes and the Southern Gothic mystery. So the atmosphere is quite eerie from my opinion lah. Okay, next, this film it emphasizes the trauma, emotional suffering, and obsession and desperate love towards someone. So it's quite tragic romantic than the mystery one. So overall, the atmosphere shifts from subtle and unsettling in the story to dramatic emotional in the film.
Okay, so we will be moving on to the next theory by Margareta Carter. So for the question, what is the significant change that we made in the film? Okay, first of all, the significant change that we did, of course, like the one that I mentioned earlier, where the timeline we changed it to be more more easier to understand, unlike the short story. And next, we did show a lot more in depth in Emily emotion, like how her suppress her emotion when the people have to take her father away from her. And we also decide to show more in depth and more development in her relationship with the Homer, where we show that it's not just her doing all the development and there's nothing in it. The Homer did actually he did actually, how do I say this, get close to her at the end. And we did show, we shift the mystery from how the community see Emily, where we show that it's more to her personal trauma.
The first person is Lazy Fig. Okay, interesting name. So, the question is, how would the story message change if Homer or Emily father were the main focus? So, if Homer was the main focus, the story would be more tragic, romance, and also psychological thriller. So, with Emily as an unpredictable figure. If Emily's father were the main character or main focus, so the story will be more highlight, control, and emotional and abuse. So it's showing how the dominance shaped Emily's tragic life.
Okay, so the last question from how do I spell this username the Chaos of Starlessly. Good username. I like that username, bro. Okay, so his or her question is, which version, story or film presents the characters and themes more effectively, in my opinion, and why? Why do I need to answer this question though? Okay, so for me, the short story presents more about the themes effectively because the non-linear timeline makes the twist more shocking and meaningful, while the film presents Emily's character effectively by allowing us to see her emotion, her trauma, and her inner struggles.
Hello everyone, my name is Kamal Azim, the director and the producer. Oh, tiba. Hello everyone, my name is Kamal Azim, the director of the short film A Rose for Emily. Oh, I used to go to a lot of Reddit to read some fan theories of some famous movie, but I didn't expect it to be my short film. So let's see what's your theories about. Okay, first we got from deleted. Why you got deleted username? You're a naughty boy. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so his question is, compare short story and film based on plot, climax, and resolutions. Freighted triangle. Okay, I know what freighted triangle is, but if not, then I'm not gonna be a director. Okay, to answer your question about the freighted triangle, okay, first let's take a look at the plot, especially the rising action, climax, and resolution. In a short story, the rising action is non-linear. The story jumps between different time periods, almost like a puzzle. This forces readers to slowly piece together Emily's life, which builds strong mystery and suspense. In contrast, the film follows a chronological timeline. Events unfold in a clear, logical order. This makes the story easier to understand, but it reduces the sense of mystery found in the short story. The climax in the short story is sudden and shocking. Okay? When the townspeople, the narrator, open the locked bedroom and discover Homer Barron's corpse, it comes as a complete surprise. Okay, me as a director, I want to make the short film shocking and have lots of surprising factor. So by the townspeople discover the Homer Barron's corpse, it comes as a complete surprise. However, in the film, the climax feels more expected. The audience is given several hints earlier, such as Emily buying poison and her strange behavior. So viewers already suspect what happened before the final reveal. And last but not least, the resolution. The short story ends quietly but powerfully with the discovery of Emily's grey hair on the pillow beside Homer. This detail is subtle but deeply disturbing. The film, on the other hand, presents this moment visually and dramatically, making it more emotional and intense. So, ready, Tess? Is that answer your question? Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you, Vanity Fair, for inviting us to answer some of your fan theory on Reddit and Quora. And don't forget to watch the short film of Rose for Emily. That will be up in cinema on
15th December.
Okay.